Hello, everybody. Randy Hilarski here. Feeling good. I'm pretty much recovered from all that ugliness I had for a week. My wife's almost recovered. My kid's back to his crazy self. Tonight, I thought I'd bring out my old hex hat. My wife hates it because it's so ugly. It's been through the wash so many times. I'm not allowed to wear it in public, but they can't tell me what to do on my live streams. All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for showing up again tonight. It is Sunday night. We are already past 1 week into this. Holy crap. Holy crap. It's amazing stuff. All right, let's go up here. Thank you, Mooma, for this. Hey, Randy, just started watching your streams lately, and I really love the information that you're putting out. I've learned a lot. Thank you. Yes, sir. Shmita. I've got people spooked, man. I'm not trying to spook people, but I just want people to be prepared. And that's what our subject is going to be about tonight. I've been studying the Auroch stuff today. Pretty neat. Yes. I put this up here. The best part is that Auroch is free. They keep saying you'll have to add some Aura stake. You will have to have some Aura stake in the future to have access to everything. Remember, I used to be part of the Auroch team. I was there when it launched back in early 2017. Great guys. And it's so cool they've kept it free. But I know that there's going to come a point where they're going to start making people have tokens staked in order to get all these tools for free. So Urus, their token peaked at 300 when they went on Yahoo News back in late 2021, and now it's back down to under 20. So good deal. There's only 1 million tokens, so it's quite reasonable right now. Yeah. I'm here to talk Shmita and chew bubblegum. Guess what? I'm all out of bubblegum. Let's go. Yeah. All hail King Richard. Thanks, Alex. Thank you for the great information. I really appreciate you, Rock. Thanks, guys, for being here early tonight. Everyone's right on time. It's almost like I'm starting class. My name on the chalkboard, Randy. Mr. Randy. Lex Luthor, what's up, brother? Like the videos, gents, please do. Finally catch the slides. Hey, Doug. MJ Money 777. Baggio, what's up? Simon, could we get some info on privacy coins? Look, I'm going to be frank with you guys. I think privacy coins are going to be a target, so be careful with them. Look at the Hex Toys logo on the hat is falling off. This hat is so ghetto. Oh, goodness. Nas Hex says, what up, Randy? How's it going? What's up, Hexkins? You have to get waters above on money. You two would bring so much delight. Yeah. I got to reach out to him. What's up, fam? Present, good vibes. Okay. All right. Jeez, man, everyone's showing up on time. We're already almost up to 50 viewers in the beginning. 9/11, Hex the bottom, possibly. Hey, Randy, fellow Hexkins, between you messaged you on TikTok, still waiting on the recording artist info. Okay, yes. Professor RH class session. Okay. All right, so let's see. Tonight I wanted to talk a little bit different. I want to discuss what we do in the event that this Shmita and this Jubilee year are going to be rougher than ones we've had in the past. And when I say rougher, it's going to affect people in different ways in different geographic locations. So when I talk about preparedness, you got to do preparedness based on where you're located. And on 9/11, I'm from New York, but I'm from upstate New York. And I remember when the towers fell, I was getting calls from everybody, every one of my friends in Ohio and Florida. Randy, are you okay? Randy, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm 5 hours away. It was kind of funny. 9/11 wasn't funny, but the fact that my friends were calling me worried, and other people were calling me saying, "Oh my God, Randy, you're going to go back in the Navy? You're going to reenlist?" You know, it was so weird, that situation. It was just a odd time, and yeah, I don't want to relive that type of stuff, but I think we're going to. I think there's something's going to happen. Something's going to give here in the next couple months. I don't know what's going to happen. I just hope that it's not too terrible. But what we are seeing really odd is the natural disasters that are happening around the world. You've got flooding in Pakistan, where 1/3 of the country is underwater, but next door in China, on the other side of the Himalayas, is dry as a bone. Just totally bizarre. You know, you got the issues with shortages, water shortages in Germany, and gas shortages due to the war in Ukraine, food shortages in certain parts of Africa because of the war in Ukraine, because Ukraine is the breadbasket. There's just a lot of things that are happening that could extend further. We've seen what's happening in the U.S. with the not on purpose burning down of food processing facilities across the country. It was like, for a while there, it seemed like one after another. Animals being culled because of a sickness, and we don't know what's coming next. You know, they're going to shut down the banking system, and it's going to take a reset, which could take a couple weeks. You know, you're not going to have access to your debit, credit cards, those kind of things. So what I want to talk about tonight is preparedness and having your ducks in order if this Shemitah is going to be the big one, right? We've had smaller ones where it really affected us, but we haven't had anything really big since 9/11. And before that, we had the last one before that was during World War II. So, you know, I would just be prepared. So what are the basics that we can do to prepare? And I'm going to go through that. Let's see. URIS is on Uniswap. MJ Money, I think it was 17x. I think that's what I topped out at, but we'll get there. Where do you buy your shirts? Yesterday was Make Taxation Theft Again. This, I think I get these, We Are Change, wearechange.org. So this is Luke Rudkowski's website. He's a journalist who goes in and, you know, rats out the big bankers and stuff. He's a friend of mine. Wearechange.org. That's for my political t-shirts. My crypto ones, you're going to find those at either Amazon or on hexmerch.com. 1984, Make Orwell Fiction Again. Yep. What's up, Randy? Good morning, fools. Yep. Thoughts on the Ben Baller guy? That was funny. Yeah. Richard dunked on him. I loved it. Ben Baller is this guy from LA who's really well known for supplying jewelry and stuff to celebrities. And he's supposedly very wealthy, and he's got tons of watches and stuff like that. And he's trying to call out Richard, and Richard just dunked on him and just made some crazy videos and dunked on the guy. Are there any good food in Panama that remind you of New York? Oh, I got plenty. This is a very cosmopolitan city. We're very modern. It's like being in Miami, actually. Hex Monkey's here. Well, the Hex Monkey and all. Love the Luke shirts, Randy. Yeah, I'm big. I like to buy the t-shirts because that's what helps him keep his journalism going. I think he lives in, he left New York, and he now lives in New Hampshire, I believe. Cabana's here. What's up? All right, so preparedness. How prepared are you in case something, the SHTF happens, right? First thing you got to do is you got to look at the location that you're in and the basics that you're going to need for your specific location. Here in Panama, I don't have to worry about heat. I don't even need electricity, right? Because the weather is always nice. It's like South Florida. So I don't have to worry about that stuff as much. And like fruits, fruit is ubiquitous for this country. Got bananas growing everywhere. Got mangoes. I don't eat mangoes. I'm allergic to them. It sucks, but my family can have them. Papayas grow everywhere. So for that kind of stuff, we're pretty well set. And here in Panama, the great thing that we have is water all over the place. I got fresh water just a couple miles away, and then I've got the ocean. And there's always fishermen out there, so I've always had access to fish. So there's certain things that make it really easy in case there's a long-term situation. Like during the lockdowns in my old beach house in the Caribbean, I asked the locals, the caretaker and stuff. He's in his 50s. I asked him, "Hey, what's going on with during the lockdowns? How did you guys survive?" He goes, "Well, we took the yucca. Yucca's cassava. For those of you guys who don't know what yucca is, it's just looks like a little tree, and it has the tubers that come out, these giant tubers, and they can either just break it into chunks and boil it and eat it that way, or you can pound it into paste and dry it out, make it powder for making bread and stuff like that." So the yucca is everywhere in Panama. So people just were using that instead because they had no access to rice. There was no stores available. Nothing was available during the lockdowns. And also plantains and bananas and the other fruits that I was mentioning. So here in Panama, I have different needs than you guys do. So you guys, because of the seasons, you're going to have to stock up on things. You're going to have heaters. You're going to have backup power. And that stuff gets expensive, but it's not that bad, right? You can, if you're prepared right, it's cheap now rather than trying to get it after or waiting until something bad does happen. Like when the hurricane hit in New Orleans, those people weren't prepared. So they all had to rely on the government and FEMA. And you don't want to be waiting and worrying that the government's going to come give you a check so you can stay in a hotel, or they're going to give you food or water. You can't live more than 3 days without water. So make sure you have enough, make sure you have a backup water system. I've got the life straws. I've got a whole bunch of those set away in case I need to, go suck some water out of the ocean or out the lake. The life straw, it's good for a couple days worth of getting water. And also having some portable water filters that you can just pour the water in and it cleans it out. Portable showers, portable cooking. You want to be able to have a grill and another way to set up and cook something. Be able to boil water so that you can cook rice and cook the beans. You can get 3 months supply of rice and beans for probably, I'm guessing you guys can go to Costco or one of those type places in the US for like less than $150. You can probably have 3 months worth of rice and beans. Just have it in your house. These kind of things just make sense, and have a way to cook it to make sure that you always have something. Solar panels. I highly recommend one of these, Jackery, or you can there's other brands. You can get ones that are bigger. I think there's like 5 different sizes. This is the middle one. And man, I use this for my son's his little power truck when he was younger, and this thing would charge that thing up like 30 times. It was nuts. Before I would have to recharge the Jackery, and I also got the external solar panel for it, so it can recharge using solar. Looks like there's plenty of food there left. Yeah, well, I am proof that there's plenty of food here. And one other thing to prepare for is just get in shape. And I've been working on that, going for walks every morning, and I'm not trying to be a muscle man anymore. I'm done with that stuff. When I was in the Navy, man, I had arms. I was a giant, man. I looked like the White Hulk. I don't need to do that stuff anymore. But just be in shape and be able to go on a long walk and, pick stuff up, which I don't have a problem. I'm a really big dude, man. I'm 6'2", 300, so. Teslas run on coal. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Europe will be freezing this winter with the green agenda and sanctions that backfired. Yeah, it's going to be a bad situation. I had fun this summer in Italy and UK, but I wouldn't want to be there this winter. Like I said, when I was living in Rochester, New York, in the house that I had purchased, it was house was built in 1910, and it didn't have any insulation. And my monthly bills were regularly $500 during the winter, and it was terrible. I lived through Hurricane Katrina. There you go. Do not depend on the government for anything. It's a long 3 to 4 days if you are not prepared. Yes. Yes. They run out of hot air. Yeah. Minimum is 3 days. Absolute minimum. Do you think 3 months of long food storage supply is good enough for a family of two? Absolutely. There's a number out there. It says if you have 3 months of food, you are 85%. You're better than 85% of the people. You're better off. And 85% of the situations that are going to show up, you're going to have, that's plenty. It's only a rare time when you need more than that. Like my mom's got years worth, years. She's so smart. She knows how to can and do all that kind of stuff. She's educated. I mean, she grew up with the Amish. So, she learned all that stuff at a very young age, how to clean a deer, how to clean a fish, and, doing all that kind of stuff. And she passed it on to me. And I think everyone should know these things. How to shoot a gun. I mean, I was shooting a gun at a young age. I didn't need to learn how to shoot a gun in the Navy. We did lots of click, click, blow at my house. As long as the Mickey D's is open in the smoke shop, I'm good. That's some funny shit right there. I was without power for 2 weeks, hopefully never again. Yeah, I remember in 1990, what year was it? I think it was 91. We had an ice storm in Western New York. I'm from Rochester. And almost the whole county was out without power. All my family lost power. We were the only ones that still had power. So our house turned into the bug out site. Everyone came to our house. It was so much fun. I remember that as in high school that all my cousins were there and all my friends were coming over because we were the only ones with power. The trees had knocked out all the power lines. It was bonkers. But my mom's always prepared. So my house was turned out to be the bug out house. Plus we had generators. Family's big on that stuff. Having a diesel generator is nice if you can afford it. I don't even know what they cost nowadays. Probably close to $1,000 for a decent one. Last thing lasts for about 12 minutes. I don't know what that is. This box is End of Shmita. Costco is good for shopping in bulks. Yes, it is. Getting things like apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar can be used for so many things, for cleaning, to help resolve stomach issues. It's great for drinking. I'm always drinking apple cider vinegar. It's great for weight loss for me. Helps melt it away. Get an inverter for the car, 12 volt. Yes. Yeah. I have one for my, what's it called? My Jackery thing. I might get another one, another battery pack. Hi, Randy. How are you doing? Doing good, John. Doing good. Happy to be here. Take care of your blood pressure. It's no joke. I learned the hard way. My blood pressure cuffs. I was really high for a while. I had some kidney issues. If you guys know, if you're going back to 2020 with me, when I was in Mexico, I started having some kidney issues. My blood pressure was really high, and it wasn't due to anything diabetic. For me, it was just kidney stones and stuff like that. So, man, that was a tough 6 months. But now I've got my blood pressure under control again. How do you see EU power situation working out? Do you think a revolution and people will have to burn the politicians' houses, things? I think, what do I think? I think they're going to use it to unload the CBDCs on us, the central bank digital currencies. They're going to use it as an excuse to give out coupons or cards, like EBT cards / welfare cards type things to the people who really need it, to have enough to pay their bill or to get their electricity and their gas turned on. This stuff's all coordinated. I don't care what anybody says. None of this stuff. Russia's in on it too. When people say that Russia's not in on it, they are in on it. They are part of the show. Always have been. If we need more than a few months of food, I don't think I want to make it anyway. No Wi-Fi, I'm out. Get some books. Steven, get some books. If Hexicans want to be like family, prepare a spare bedroom for those Hexicans escaping Europe this winter. Love our brothers and sisters around the world. Yeah, absolutely. I was shooting in Little League too. Yeah, Little League, exactly. I hope you weren't in the stands shooting at your buddies. It's now cheaper to take a cruise ship for a month than to pay the rent and bills in some of the UK. Yeah. We just got back from the UK. We were there for a month. I'll tell you, that place is not cheap. It's not cheap, especially if you're in the dollar standard, if you're regularly using dollars. Italy was much cheaper, especially southern Italy. Truth, knowledge is equal as important as supplies. Stupid kills more efficiently than hunger. Yeah, but that's why I buy these books. Like these. Bushcraft 101, a field guide to the art of wilderness survival. So that you don't have to put the knowledge in your head. You got a book. It helps. Not everyone was like me. Not everyone was a military nurse or corpsman. We were trained in first aid, and I worked on the ambulances for years, and I know how to stitch somebody up, and I know how to do minor surgeries, and I did that, right? But most people don't have those backgrounds. First aid, I'm really good at it. I saved my wife's sister. We were at her house. This is going back probably 9 years ago. We're at her house, and her sister was talking to us, but she was eating when she was talking to us. She was standing, and I was just sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden she couldn't breathe. Her airway was impaired, and she's just, when someone's really choking, they can't make a sound, right? She just froze, and she was just looking around like, what do I do? I knew what it was within seconds. Got up, did a Heimlich, the food came out, and she was fine. If I wasn't there, she would likely have died or had to wait till she passed out, and then the food dislodges. A lot of times once the person passes out, then because they're not trying to breathe, the muscles relax and it'll come out. But yeah, I saved her life. But will she remember that I did that? No, because she was lucky that day to have somebody that was skilled. I recommend everyone go take a first aid course, the Red Cross course. Red Cross has the courses for free all the time. Get your certifications. If you got young kids, put them through a lifeguarding course, or gun courses, gun safety courses, that kind of stuff. Everyone should know these things just to be prepared. 2007, we had an ice storm here, and my wife went 4 weeks without electricity. Yeah, I went 3 days personally on my house. Ice is no joke. Yeah, it gets so heavy on the trees, it just split, crack, and fall, and take out the lines. Yeah, knowledge. Because imagine, internet's probably not going to be there. You're going to need books. Have hard copies of everything. Have cash. Have tradable stuff. The other day, I put up a poll about what alcohol to have in case of something going down, and I think more than 60% of people said whiskey. Whiskey's okay, but the top one is vodka, because vodka can be used for medicinal purposes as well as helping you to sleep, and it's just good. And it's good for trade, right? Don't get the big ones. Get smaller ones that are tradable. T-Bird says, I got a 7 kilowatt diesel Jenny. Cost me about 3,000 Australian. Dude, it's a beast. Heard that Chile just overwhelmingly rejected a left-wing constitution today. That's good news. I wasn't expecting that. I thought they were going to go full commie on me. I've always been proud of Chile, how they stuck with their with capitalism, and they did so well. Their economy was flying. I'll go this way. It was flying, doing really good over the last 20 years. But they, this last election, they brought in a socialist, and it's not looking good for them. We have a well water, so pump not works, so no water for weeks as well. Not good. Yeah, you need a generator. You need a backup cable. Abra, what's up? Is that a Coke brick? What are we talking about? Don't get me in trouble. I can't say these things. I live in Panama. I can get that stuff anytime I want. At about 1/20th the cost what you guys would pay. Agreed. Checking out if we're ever hit hexabugs status. What's hexabugs? I am learning late. Had a stroke in October and had a triple bypass in May. I had no warning. They said either you have this opportunity now or you're going to die. Dang, man. That's scary. Like I said, I lived through it in high school with my grandpa when he had a triple bypass. Refined hayseed Appellation. If you're in the Appalachia, you know what I'm talking about here. I would pass the fuck out. Idaho Mountain Boy, another one. Most everyone here knows how to live off the land, hunt, fish, food, storage, boom. Yeah, that's like how I was raised. Southern tier of New York, that's Amish country. And I was lucky to have grandparents and a mom who were raised around that, as well as having my stepdad, who's he's Italian, but he knew his way around. He was a city boy, but he was fully trained with weapons, and he was an ex-cop. Yeah, he knew his shit. So got to learn a lot from him. Randy's a great friend to have nearby when getting all fucked up, just in case. Yeah. And I have friends here, especially I have one Hexagon. I think I told you that he's got a piece of land way out in the middle of nowhere, 1 hour off the main road. You got to take a dirt road to get there. You need a 4x4. My truck will suffice, but I got the upgraded underplates for the truck, and I got a Volkswagen Touareg, which won the Denali race, or not the Denali, the one that's in Africa, the race with the trucks. It won many years in a row. So I made sure I got a thoroughbred when it came to off-road. It's not perfect, but I don't like a Toyota. I don't like Toyotas. So nothing against Toyota people. I'm a VW guy, so I went and got the Touareg, and I got the thing all set up for going off-road underneath. Not sure when's a good time, but there was a Shmita calendar comment question from HH. If you're interested in replying, can look up and post here, maybe another Shmita show. Sure, send it to me. I'll talk about it. And running water is a great invention. We take it for granted, guys. That is top priority, is water. Because if you have water, you could do a lot of things. Like for me, as long as I have water, I can go dig up some yucca and I can boil the yucca. Right? It's like having potatoes and just cook up some yucca. It's super high in calories and have enough to survive. Hexagon from Hexago. I like the t-shirt. Thank you. Well, you picked up a brick, I saw. I did? Oh, I see what you guys are saying. That's a blood pressure cuff. Always have a medical kit, guys. Always have your medical kits. They come in handy. This one, just put it on your wrist. That's all you need. Everyone thinks you need a blood pressure cuff and learn how to take a regular blood pressure. These things are so accurate nowadays. You don't even need to do that. I wish I had this back in the day. Make life so much easier, especially in the back of an ambulance when you're getting bounced around. Warped Impulse. Hey, buddy. Where are you today? I think you were in Thailand, right? I think I saw a Japanese hex clone earlier today. Oh, no. I grew up picking magic mushrooms. Does that count? There you go. The Dakar Rally. Yeah, the Volkswagen Touareg won that many, many times. I wouldn't be basing your Shemitah predictions on the Jewish calendar, not bashing. The correct Jewish calendar is a solar calendar. The correct Jewish calendar. So you're telling me that all the Jewish people aren't using the correct calendar? Not saying this to Cabana, but this was the comment. They know their calendar. We're on, I can't remember, is it 5723 is the year? They don't go by the Gregorian calendar. They have a totally separate calendar. Their last day of their year is the 26th, and the evening of the 20th. I actually think it's the 27th, but when the sun goes down the 27th, that is the end of Rosh Hashanah. So that's the sign that Shemitah's over. Water is everything. Adam all the way to Noah, the Dead Sea Scrolls explain this, and we're held by the Essenes, not by the Pharisees or Sadducees. The Essenes referred to themselves as the sons of light. Yes, I understand the Essenes. The Essenes, they were the traditional, they thought of themselves as the traditionalists, and then the Pharisees and the Sadducees came in later, and they were more like political people. They're politicians. They're kind of like the Pope is, who cozies up to the politicians. And the Essenes said, "Look, we're not having anything to do with you guys. We're going on our own and doing it a different way." And some people think that they've got a different, they have a very different way of looking at things. Astri, they're the ones that stuffed away the Dead Sea Scrolls. We know from the Dead Sea Scroll that Jubilee occurred in 25 AD, and a week later, or 7 years, Jesus died as confirmed. Okay. I got a blood type self-tester from Amazon, but too much of it was to use it. Yeah, I'm OPOS. I love being OPOS. It's probably one of the best ones to have. People need blood, I can give it to them. But if I need blood, person better not be vaccinated. Sorry. Yeah, Bangkok. BKK is Bangkok, if you guys don't know. Damn, Cabana. By a prophecy in the scroll of Melchizedek, hence the Jubilee is in 2025. The Jubilee is 7 Shmitas plus a year for the Jubilee. Look, I have not seen that. I've read so many things, and everyone says that 2023 is the Jubilee. I'm not gonna. No reason to argue with them over that. But there's somebody that was telling me the other night that Rosh Hashanah is not ending on the 27th. I was like, "The heck are you talking about, man?" Yes, it is. Does the bear market affect your blood pressure? No, because I'm staked with Hex, guys, and that Hedron, it just keeps paying. You see the main. Your health is no joke. I do the mushrooms. The OM is the company, and they give you powdered mushrooms. It's got like 10 different mushrooms, and it's supposed to be very good for your health. You'd think by 40, yeah. I was in the Navy, so I knew what mine was when I was 18. Here in Panama, you know it right away. Like I already know my son's blood type. They do it at birth. Yeah, I know, Cabana. I know. The one that doesn't get the Rona. Yeah, that was funny. OPAs, they said, were the least likely people to be affected. Okay, man, you guys are off the chain with the comments tonight. I am the Matrix. No vax blood equals God tier. Yeah, it does. It sure does. Usually I feel sick once a year, but ever since Rona been out, I haven't felt a sick all at one. Yep. It's been tough, man. I've had I just got over. You guys saw me last week. I was rough, man. My nose was constantly tickling. My eyes were watery. It was, man. Yeah. So let's go into charts. So Cabana, that guy, what are you saying? That's fine. When I look at stuff online, I'm just following what I'm seeing from what the Jewish church is saying. I'm sure the Essenes, it's possible that they have their own calendar, but everyone always argues about calendars and exact dates. And what can we do? I mean, you're talking about 10,000 years ago, where things were set up when it originally happened. I actually watched a video arguing between what the Essenes thought and what the Pharisees and Sadducees thought. People think that the Sadducees are evil, which I totally understand, because they're the ones that helped crucify Christ, right? All right, let's see. I am anti-jab, but I'm not pro-mask. I built up whether I protect me from myself or I'm protected. Yeah, I got a comment about that in a second. Yeah, I thought Maxie would be pumping too. I've been watching Jason Bashir's of RKX. Yeah, he's well known too. His Bible stuff is interesting. Yeah, he's another good one. So I want to talk about those things you put on your face real quick. As a nurse, I graduated nursing school in 1992. I worked in hospitals for about a total of 12 years. Once in 12 years, I wore a mask. It was because the patient, their immune system was critically in jeopardy. They were in a negative pressure room, which means they suck all the air out constantly. Motorcycles racing Sunday night. So I had to wear head to toe plus a mask and goggles and everything in the room, so I wouldn't pass any bacteria to the gentleman. That was the only time I wore a mask in all those years in the hospital. So I think it's total BS. And then in nursing school, I had to wear it in the surgery room when we were, we go through our little stint where we have to do surgery to see if you want to be a nurse that works in surgery. And that day I had to wear a mask as well, because we were taking a gallstone out and I had to be right there when we were snipping the gallstone out. All right. So here on Twitter, Bitcoin is dying. So we're looking at they're being sarcastic. So we're getting towards the bottom. I don't think the bottom's in yet. I think we'll have another little capitulation phase. It could be the Shmita. It could be October, November. But I think it's going to get nasty. One more nastiness, and then we'll start trending sideways for a while before we start going back up. And when I say trend sideways for a while, it could be a whole year. That's just how we roll. Thoughts on Godwill staking 5 trillion Hedron today? That was pretty amazing. Bigger players not really affected, but the timing of the sell-off was interesting. Yeah, was interesting. I think that the fact that the big players are paying attention to Hedron is very positive. I'm not. I just sell. I get my Hedron, and every couple of weeks, I'm taking them. I'm selling them. I've got a whole bunch of Icosa staked. I got no loyalty to my Hedron and holding it long term. I'm going to be selling it just because I'd rather have the cash on hand right now. We're in a bear market, and the fact that Hedron's doing so well is awesome. So there's nothing against Hedron, nothing against Alex. I think it's a great system. It's just that's what I'm personally doing is I'm selling my Hedron any chance I get. It's a considerable amount of money, guys. You're talking for some of the guys, some of my friends, they're pulling out 10 grand a month just off of Hedron. I'm not there, but it doesn't matter. I live in Panama. I could live off 2 grand a month if I have to. So true. I hated it, man. Hated it. My son, the whole pandemic, he wore a mask probably 3 times for more than an hour because we wanted to go to Chuck E. Cheese or something, so we had to put one on him. It was amazing. Booger County, Missouri. Moona. All right. Hexadal, not sick for years now. I don't know if was that for me or for somebody else. And like a hospital was where one gets sick rather. Look, guys, you don't get if you work in a hospital, you get sick less just because you build up an amazing immunity to stuff. I was never sick when I was a nurse ever. Walk in with a little cough or a scratch and walk out with a roar. So that's the mentality. That's what people think. People are like, oh, I don't want to go to the hospital because you're going to get sick. Likely, you're not going to. Why is that? Well, it's okay. Let me go back to full screen. Traditionally, at the end of Shmita is when the markets take a crap. If you look back here, I will do it. So some of you guys have missed it. This is what happens regularly on Shmita.
So, in 1916, 1917 was a Shmita year, and 40% of the US stock market value was wiped out. The German, Austro-Hungarian, Russian, Ottoman empires all collapsed, and Britain almost went bankrupt. That was all during one Shmita year. 1930-31, 86% of US stock market value wiped out in the worst financial crisis in modern history in the Shmita year. 1937-38, 50% of the US stock market value wiped out, global recession. World War II, Shmita year. 1944-1945, end of World War II. And the victory parade was actually on the final day of the Shmita. So it wasn't a major financial catastrophe that time around. 1972-1973, 48% of the US stock market wiped out, global recession. 1979-80, US global recession. 86-87, 93-94, 2000-2001, 37% of the US stock market value wiped out. 9/11 happened. The Great Recession, or global recession, hit the stock markets shortly after 9/11. 2007-2008, 50% of the US stock market value wiped out. And in 2014-15, there was another sharp fall in share markets at the end of the Shmita year.
All right, so that's just a recap of what's happened. Usually the worst is at the end. It's usually not the beginning of the Shmita year. It's usually a slow, progressive, getting worse. And then we have another thing that adds to it this year. We have the Jubilee year. The Jubilee year, last time we had one, we had a total rework of the financial system. We went from the gold standard to the fiat system that we have today. And I think this Jubilee year is leaving the fiat system, going to the CBDC system, central bank digital currencies. And it's already been announced. The U.S. has already been announced by summer of next year. The U.S. will be on the CBDCs. So yeah, it's happening, guys. Lane, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. Actually, the reason why we wear it in healthcare is so we don't spread, right? We don't want to expose somebody else. So the pothead, I hope that helped. You buying any codes? Man, I loaded up on that crap the first day. I staked it. And I'm getting nice amount of hedron every day. I think I get about 1 million hedron every day just from the amount that I staked. N95 can, but everyone wore the pledge. Yeah. I mean, what we were in the hospital was the N95s, usually. Aru Arts, how you doing? Most crypto-friendly countries for the future. Here, El Salvador, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Eastern Europe, Bulgaria, Romania, probably Serbia, maybe. Yeah, that's good. That's a good list to go with right there. Such a local saying around here. No one but us will understand that. You guys are having your own little conversation. Clint Drones, hey crew. Everyone talking about Hedron and Koso. What do you think about Dodeca? I sold mine after a couple days. I just had a bad feeling that the price was going to drop. So I bought it at about 60 cents and it went up to $1.04 or something. I sold there. I made some hex, but it just wasn't enough return for me for the risk. And then I started learning about reflection tokens. I've never been into reflection tokens. So I said, this doesn't look good. So I got out. Yes, learning. I haven't claimed any Hedron for now, as MetaMask gave me a warning that the website had phishing capabilities. So if no problems in a year or two, maybe I claim on some of my stakes. Sure. It's considerable. It just stacks up. Dodeca pumping hard today. Coins can pump. Never forget that. Coins can pump. They draw you in with the pump, right? Maybe the team does it, or there's some insider news happening and they suck you in. I don't care about those things. I buy when something's in the dumps. I was buying Hedron when it was dirt cheap and telling everyone to do it too. I got my friends in it and they loved it. They're messaging me, thanking me that, they put in a couple $1,000 and all of a sudden they got like $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 after a couple months. Very, very happy people. And I told people the other day, I said, take some profits. I tweeted out, I think it was 3 days ago now, take some profits. I didn't say Hedron, I didn't say the name Hedron, but that's what I was talking about. Bring back Robert Stack for Unsolved Mysteries. Shmita. Showing our age. Thanks. All right, let's go back to the. Speaking of something big, Maxi is there's tomorrow. They're beginning their when you send in your Maxi to be able to be part of. Geez, I can't remember the name of the token. They got so many they're launching in their perpetuals, but one of them accepts Maxi, and begins tomorrow. So I think that we could see a nice pump in Maxi over the next couple days, and it's going to be fun. And also Hex. I think Hex is going to do very well. So before we go into the charts, let me just put up this piece of news. This just came out. Bitcoin.com was one of the first to have it. U.S. lawmaker says too much money and power behind crypto to ban it. I cannot stand Brad Sherman. I think he's a sellout, but he has no power over crypto. And the U.S. government knows they have no power because this is a worldwide thing. U.S. Representative Brad Sherman says Congress has not banned crypto because there's too much money and power behind it. He elaborated, money for lobbying and money for campaign contributions works, or people wouldn't do it. And that's why we haven't banned crypto. Oh, so sorry. So sorry. U.S. lawmaker on regulation and why Congress won't ban it. He shared his views on cryptocurrency and its regulation in an interview with the Los Angeles Times published on Sunday. The U.S. lawmaker from California who chairs a House subcommittee on investor protection wants to outlaw cryptocurrency but does not believe Congress will take such action. I don't think we're going to ban crypto anytime soon, he told the news outlet. Money for lobbying and money for campaign contributions work, or people wouldn't do it. And that's why we haven't banned crypto, Sherman elaborated. We didn't ban it at the beginning because we didn't realize it was important. And we didn't ban it now because there's too much money and power behind it. We're winning, people. We are winning. Not only is the congressman concerned about individual investors being defrauded, but he also views cryptocurrency as a threat to the national security of the United States. He believes crypto poses a systemic threat, enables criminals, and undermines the U.S. dollar's dominance. Oh, poor baby. The lawmaker is particularly worried about crypto mixing services like Tornado Cash. In August, the U.S. Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Asset Control banned the Ethereum mixing application, claiming that the mixture has helped North Korean hackers such as the hacking syndicate known as the Lazarus Group. They always make up this crap, man. Sherman admitted that there is little he can do to stop investors from spending their money recklessly. It is hard to be running the subcommittee dedicated to investor protection in a country in which people want to wager on meme coins. The U.S. lawmaker opined. Cryptocurrency is a meme you invest in the hopes that you can sell it to somebody else before it tanks. That's the nice thing about a Ponzi scheme. Sherman proceeded to discuss crypto regulation absent a ban. Liken crypto to a stock or security, he believes that the Securities and Exchange SEC should oversee the crypto sector, citing the regulator's size, expertise, and aggressive enforcement actions. They're not aggressive. However, 3 bills have been introduced in Congress this year to make the Commodities Future Trading Commission, CFTC, the primary regulator of the crypto industry. And I believe that's what's going to happen. CFTC will do it. In July, Sherman urged the SEC to go after major crypto exchanges that traded XRP. The securities watchdog said in January that it had 97 crypto-related enforcement actions. In May, the regulator said it had nearly doubled the size of its crypto enforcement unit. Yeah, we're winning, guys. Screw Sherman. I don't like that guy. He's been hating crypto from day one, man. He's been coming at us hard, but he's losing. Aurora says, is Maxi just hex? Okay, so when Maxi launched, what you had to do was you had to send your hex to Maxi, and you got 1 for 1. And what they did is they staked it for 5,555 days, and you can sell your Maxi at any time. So you don't have to wait 5,555 days to sell your Maxi. You also get heat. They take the hedron, and when the stake finishes after the 55, all that money goes. You get your hex back, and I don't know how they're doing it, but it works pretty cool. And now these new perpetuals that they're going to do, you get compounding and all kinds of other stuff. I'm not researching it because all I'm doing is I'm holding my Maxi. I don't care about the other ones. If you want to participate, you just need hex. Send your hex in. Mariana took some profits. Yes. Take profits. Don't believe the FOMO. Don't get FOMOitis. Water pistol to head. Maxi or team. I'm just Max. You see Maxi. Team is the one where you can send your Maxi to. There you go. And it sounds really good. Or maybe I'll take 1,000 or 2,000 Maxi and send it to team. I got quite a bit. I got all the old folks I know. They're worried that if they stake something for 55, they won't be around for it. Well, I just put them in Maxi. Personally, now that Hedron is pumping, I've been buying Hex, training myself to not buy into green candles. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully Sherman has some sort of influence over Gensler's anti-crypto crusade. Well, Gensler's on the side of Sherman. They both hate crypto. Let's ban baseball cards next. Idiots. Ponzi baseball cards. I lost so much money back in the 80s as a kid. All markets will always be manipulated. There's no way of preventing it, whether it be stocks or crypto. However, I predict within 10 years, BTC would have gone to zero and Hex will be the new BTC. Oh, that'd be awesome. Because by then, the staking will rule out the manipulating. Yep. Man, you guys are just on fire tonight. Cabana, I went and all in Vita Blue reissue, got wrecked. Screw baseball cards. Yeah. Yeah. Propaganda article to keep you out. Crypto is the new financial system. Yes, it is. And central bank digital currencies are going to be parallel. They're going to be a parallel system run by the government that is programmable money that they'll be able to control your life. But if you have crypto, the other parallel system, the capitalist system, the free system, free market system, you're going to be fine. I've been selling my NFTs and buying Hex. Good for you. I don't hate NFTs, but I think it's going to be a while. Isn't Verge also a privacy coin? I don't think so. I remember I used to own Verge. I don't remember it being privacy. What's the bad strategy with Hedron and Hex? I don't have too much Hedron, no Icosa. Okay, so if you're not somebody that has a bunch of Hex stakes and earning Hedron every day, like what I'm doing, I'm taking my Hedron and I'm selling it and I'm buying Hex, right? Other people, if you don't, then wait for the pullback. I expect it. I'll pull this chart up in a second, but I'm thinking it's going to drop back down to about 5032. That's where I see the support, and it'll just start going back up again because you got about 70 days left until the big auction happens, and I think Hedron's going to pump. Meet Your Straw Man, everything you want to know. The book, if you learn the government is really a corporation and don't work for the people. Yeah, and each one of us is a corporation too, right? They got us good, man. They got insurance policies on us, all kinds of stuff. That's old school right there. Electronium. Making a new painting for liquid loans. Are they good? Yes. I sacrifice for liquid loans. I love the team. And fiat as well. Tone, I really don't. I don't like to speculate too much and get people wrecked. I'm going to stay in the silo of the RH ecosystem, and that includes Hex, Maxi, Hedron, Icosa. I like these ones. It's just easier to keep track of, and you don't have to learn or worry about other blockchains. What's the best strategy with Hedron and Hex? I don't have. Okay, I thought just buy Hedron, stake it. You get Icosa. You could sell the Icosa and turn that into Hex. Just get Hex to stake it, guys. It's so simple. It's so simple that people overlook things. They think they need to make it more difficult. Hex is the base layer. Everything else is just icing on the cake. So start out with Hex and stake it out as long as you can. If you're strong and you're not going to sell it, then build it right on Hedron. Go to Hedron's website and stake there so that you can get the HSI stakes, and just go 55-55, and you'll be earning Hedron. As the price of Hedron goes up, you could just keep milking your stakes that way, and then after 15 years, the stake will come out and you'll have your Hex. I think that's probably the best option for most people. Made safe by Monero and others if you don't need big liquidity. Yep. I've always liked Epic Cash because I was part of the team. I watched it grow, did really well with it, helped a lot of people. Don't like the founder, but I like everything else. So when you said to take profits, was that because you don't see Hedron? No, not because I don't see Hedron going up, but it needed to pull back. That thing was just parabolic. It was a rocket launcher, man. And I said, look, guys, it's coming back down. I did the first time too. The first time that Hedron did that, went for a massive run. I was telling people, look, it's time to sell. Randy does, I'll talk in the third person. Randy does not buy when things are on just going for a rocket ride. No. I wait until everyone stops talking about it. And right now, the one that everyone's not talking about is Hex. But they're talking about Hedron. All the FOMO is going into Hedron right now. I look the other way. I see NFTs for accounting and tax records, etc. But when you have storage in the cloud, I see little value in NFTs, and it's mostly a fad moving forward. I think when it comes to games and stuff, NFTs are going to be huge. Real estate, gold and silver. I think NFTs are going to be fine, but it's going to take time to mature. Google Verge is in the class of privacy coins that also includes Monero, Pivx, Zcash. Man, you guys are talking too much. This is a 2017 discussion. I don't feel like I have enough Hex to stake. Yeah. 55-55 though, a little bit of Hex could turn into a lot. I prefer Icosa because less people are staking Icosa. Next market will be in 2025. I think the next bull market will start in 2023. You just won't see it, right? The embers are there, and they're just going to start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then the fire will start. You'll start noticing it in 2024, and the peak will probably be in early 2025. What's your opinion on diversification of your portfolio? I'm 100% crypto, guys. 100% crypto. And about 95% of that is Hex. I'm nuts. People think I'm nuts, but it's done me well. Married a cute Latina? Yes, I did. Cute Latina, but she's also 50% Indian from India. Her dad is 100% Indian. That was so American of me. Sorry, guys. We always break people down by what their family's background is. She hates it when I do that. I'm Latina. Bingo. Do you think PLS will outperform Hedron? Yes. Yes, I do. I like NFTs. It's hard to ship art out of Brazil, and it's hard to make money here. Absolutely. I know. Same thing here. People are like, oh, I want to move to Panama. Randy, can I get a job? No, forget about it. You're not going to make enough to live. How I made you see Jesse on Jim Rat talking about Atomic Wallet to Digibyte and back out of Nuance. Oh, you guys are talking about privacy coins still. General rule of thumb, RA products are outperform all the others inside the ecosystem. Yeah. I use Atomic Wallet. So Soji, Hexamoto, laughing. When Pulse Chain, don't know. I've been in crypto since April 21 and still don't own a damn hot wallet. Would now be time to get one? No. No, you don't need it. Hot wallets, you make mistakes. Hot wallets, you get copied. Hot wallets, you get robbed. Hot wallets go down. Not your keys, not your crypto. Just use a cold wallet. Buy Hex now or wait until the 27th. DCA all the time. My son is a senior and his English class assignment is 1984. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go back to let's do the charts before. All right, so Bitcoin right now, we're up half of 1% right now, 0.57, but we're under 20. This is the monthly, and we're still down when it comes to the AI. The demand index is just below 0. That could turn around really quick, and Bitcoin could catch fire and do really well again, or get a pump. But we still got that monthly indicator still silent as a sell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months, 10 months really. I don't know why it's got 2 Aurochs back to back there, but 2 Aurochs indicators telling us to sell. But very interesting. Yeah, I think that we are not out of this bear yet. Let's go to the weekly. And we have a buy on the weekly, and we are over with the BGMC, the AI. We're in the green, but we're still under when it comes to demand index. This is the beginning of the week, so we're not seeing much volume yet. I think tomorrow is going to be interesting. Let's see what happens tomorrow. If the markets take a real crap, then I think Bitcoin could do that as well. All right, Ethereum. This is the monthly, same as Bitcoin. The AI is just ugly for Ethereum on the monthly right now, and the demand index is actually looking pretty good. So unlike Bitcoin, Bitcoin was the opposite. Here we have a good DI but a bad AI, and I want both of those in the positive, looking good. Let's go to the weekly. And remember, the AI is best on the shorter term, and Aurochs indicator is best on a long term. The longer you go, so monthly indicator is best to use for this one. So Aurochs, we got green still for Ethereum, looking good, and we're over, and we're just under for demand index. Just a little, we're going into the merge, so I would not doubt it if ETH pumped to $2,000. Just would not doubt it. I think it's looking good, likely to happen. Here goes Hex. Not pretty. This is the hourly. Oops, I never changed it back to the monthly. But this is the hourly. We got to sell. And we're in the middle right now when it comes to the AI. And we're below on the DI as well. So, yeah, Hex. Come on. Let's go to the daily. Let's keep going longer here. We got a green on the daily. We're over on the AI, which is good, but we're under on the DI. We want that to go up. Let's go up to the weekly. Green, good, not so good. Yeah, this is the problem when you look at too many indicators. You know, the reason why I added these because I want to give you guys a little bit more information. But usually I just look at this one. Right now, Hex on the monthly is still a sell. And if you were just wanted to be a part-time trader, when I say part-time, like making 6 trades a year, just follow the Oryx indicator. That's all you need on the monthly. So it tells you to sell, you sell. If it tells you to buy, you buy. That's all. And let's go to Hedron. So on the weekly, we're still a buy for Hedron, guys. It has not switched to a sell. We did drop down to 5.045 earlier today. We're still way over. I mean, this is hot potato, man. This thing's going great. Like I said, I think we need a little bit of a pullback, and then it'll just get going again. Let's go on a shorter time frame. Daily, still above with the AI. We're above on the demand index, but we got 2 red candles in a row. Yet we're still green. I think once we get down to the 4-hour here, let me see. Yeah, we got a sell here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a little over a day ago, that's when the Oryx indicator went red on the 4-hour. We bounced off. It got real nasty there for a little bit. It went under when it came to the AI, but we bounced hard, looking good. And then the demand index is still above 0, even on the 4-hour. So that looks good. All right, so let's wrap that up. All right, charts. Oh, look, the light stuff. Never used it, Paul. Never used it. Charts are blurry, really. When I minted my Hedron using my hex stakes, was that considered an airdrop or did I close? Yeah, no different than an airdrop. That's what I consider it. Maybe you're asking that for tax purposes, but I consider that an airdrop. Yeah, I have double the indicators. That's why it was showing up twice. Night to the bank lights. Yep. Love the shirt and the stream. Thanks, Randy. All right, Crypto Crazy, you're welcome. So, guys, another night in the books. Appreciate you all for coming out. I love doing this. This is really fun and exciting for me. Sorry about Hedron. It was just due for a pullback, and we got it. So hopefully, a couple days you could have an opportunity to accumulate again if you're trading it. I am not trading it. I'm just selling it. Hate doing that to people, but it's not like I have that much. What can I do? Every 2 weeks, $1,500 worth. I'm not going to kill you guys with that. So, thank you, everybody. No Aurochs on TradingView. You have to use getaurochs.com. Good night. Cheers, everybody. Thank you.